Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great week. I hope your FPL journey in 22-23 has started really well. And we're here for the Game Week 5 deadline stream. So I'm going to be here with you for the next hour answering your questions. Before I do that, by the way, just like to tell you that I haven't made my transfers yet. So I expect to make them live here on the stream. But the transfers are already decided, so expect there to be no drama, no trumpets. Should go pretty smoothly, by the way. So yeah, until that's how my team currently looks. I haven't kind of made my transfers. Todd says, yeah, 69 points last week. I guess that was around the average, Todd. But the last week was actually a pretty high scoring one. In general, just had to have the right players, especially the double digit hauls by Luis Diaz and Haaland and Trent Alexander-Arnold and all of them. Just needed to catch some of the hauls and should have been fine. The people who actually captained Haaland were the ones who actually won the last game week. Hey Barry, I hope you're doing well, my friend. SH says, hey, hello Wiz, how are you? How was your game week 4? SH, I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. My game week 4 was fine. I had 74 points. So, that's like just the right kind of score. If you want, you can have a look at my team. So this was how my my game week 4 went. So, yeah. CAB says, hi Wiz, I made my 2 free transfers last night because of the price changes. Now James is out. Keep and start a bench player for now. Absolutely, my friend. It's because James is not out with an injury. I think he's out with an illness, and it has been confirmed by several sources that he's possibly going to be out for just 1 game week. And because of that, I'd suggest you to keep Reece James, just like I'm going to do. He's such an explosive player who you going to want back in your team anyway. So what's the point in selling him? Unless you have like transfers to burn and the rest of your team looks absolutely fine, you can transfer him out and get him back next week or after 2 weeks. That's a different story. But otherwise, I think keeping Reece James makes absolute sense to me. Hey Surfrose, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Todd says I foresee a tenor later. No tenors, Todd. Absolutely no tenors. The transfers are decided. I just hope to go through with them, so hopefully shouldn't be too much drama today. Shopman says, hey Biz, what are you doing this game week? What are you going to do with Reece? I'm going to keep Reece James, my friend. I have no doubts in my mind as to I want Reece James long term, and albeit he might suffer a price drop or anything, I don't care. I just want him in my team, and especially if he's out with an illness and not with an injury, I think there's no reason to transfer out Reece James unless you're like having the perfect team which you want and you have like 2 transfers to burn. You want to do a hokey cokey, that's absolutely fine, but to me, I'm gonna keep him. He says my subs aren't too strong. Naco versus City, Dewsbury Hall versus United. Well, in that case, CAV, I just played Dewsbury Hall versus United. That's sometimes the thing is, every game we cannot have the ideal 11 players, so you just have to make do as we go. Adebayo says James is ill and will miss tonight. Yeah, exactly. As I said, he's not injured, guys. He's just ill. So even if he misses tonight, he should be back the next game week, and shouldn't be a big problem in that way. So if I was you guys, I'd keep Reece James. Absolutely will keep Reece James. Let me just meanwhile check Twitter for any information that we have. As of now, the only information we have is Reece James is not starting. Hey FPL Jag, I hope you're doing well, my friend. He says I'll bench him too. Absolutely, my friend. There's no reason to kind of transfer him out. As I said, Chopland says Saka to Gross and Neto to Rodrigo, or Walker to Arsenal defense and Saka to Gundogan. I like the first one better, Chopland. Although I don't like the idea of transferring out Saka, but if if I had to, because in both cases you are transferring out Saka anyway. So in my mind, I like the first transfers better. Aaron says, "Wiz, do you think Haaland will start tomorrow?" I think he will start tomorrow. Yes. The reason I'm concerned with Haaland is not whether he'll start or not. The reason I'm concerned with Haaland is how long he's going to play is the issue. Cancelo plays every game next 3-4. You can't say with any amount of certainty. See, hey FPL Sam, I hope you're doing well. See guys, I'd like to show you this. I'd like to show you this graphic which was made by Lego Mane on Twitter. I think it's very helpful in order to decide when you ask me, are the players going to start all the games? See, this is a graphic which was made by Lego Mane. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should. He makes very beautiful graphics and very useful as well. So this is game week 3. This is already passed. We are here, as you can see, between game week 4 and game week 5, because we're already doing the deadline stream. As you can see, between the games, when they've got 1 day, it's like a deep red, which is not non-existent. When they've got 2 days between games, it's got a red, right? So if you can see all the Champions League, Conference League, Europa League teams, they have very, very congested fixture schedule coming up before game week 8. As you can see with Manchester City, they play Nottingham Forest, but then after 2 days they've got Aston Villa, and after 2 days they've got Sevilla, and then after 3 days they've got Tottenham, and after 3 days they've got Dortmund. Again, after 2 days they've got Wolves. So in a span of from 27, in a span of approximately 20 days, City play 1, 2. We can include this one as well, but this is already passed. So let's say here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games in a span of 20 days. So if you expect Haaland, Cancelo, Kevin De Bruyne, all of them to start all the games, guys, I think you're going to be in for a big shock. So I think every player's minutes are going to be managed. Nobody is going to be safe except Ederson. So be ready for rotation, guys. This is not a normal season. This season there's going to be a World Cup. The leagues are going to be halted, so they're having to play the Champions League early. They're having to change the schedules. We're having midweek games. So from now till the end of game week 8, your weekdays are going to be full of fun because there's going to be a lot of fixtures to watch. But for the players, it's not that easy, right? So this is for City, guys, and this is the same with Liverpool. But Liverpool have a slightly bigger window ahead of Chelsea. If you see, between Bournemouth, after the Bournemouth game till Newcastle, they had 3 days off. Now, before the Everton game, they've just got 2 days off, and before Napoli, they've got 3. Before Wolves, they've got 2 for Ajax and 3 for Chelsea. So it's better than City, but it is still very congested. So every player's minutes can be managed. So just need to be careful. Tsimikas might play in place of Robertson. Who knows? James Milner might play in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Who knows what's going to happen there? So see, Chelsea as well, as you can see, 2 games before, only 2 days before Southampton. Maybe this is the reason Reece James is not playing today. Maybe just needed to give him a rest. Because he has been working pretty hard. And then 3 days before West Ham United, 2 days before the Champions League game, 3 before Fulham, 3 before Salzburg, and 3 before Liverpool. So Chelsea's schedule is a little bit easier as compared to City, but still, expect players to get rotated. Absolutely. Tottenham, again, 2 days. They just played Nottingham, and then they've got 2 days before West Ham. They've got 2 days before Fulham, 3 before the Champions League game, 2 before Manchester City, and then 2 again before. That's very, very congested schedule before Sporting and Leicester. So yeah, just guys, follow Lego Mane, look at this graphic, use this to make your transfers. It would not be a bad idea to get a couple of Brighton players in your team, a couple of Newcastle players in your team, a couple of one Newcastle player, maybe one or 2 Brighton players, maybe 1 or 2 Brentford players, Palace players. These are the teams which have if you're looking for these to navigate these fixtures without the risk of rotation, these are the teams from which you should be getting 1 or 2 players. Leeds as well, obviously Rodrigo and Harrison and Aronson. So these are the teams. Maybe from Fulham you can get Mitrovic, but the fixtures are not good. Tottenham, Chelsea, difficult fixtures coming up for Fulham. So we'll come back to this graphic, by the way, guys. So, but just pay attention to the duration which is kind of available to all the teams for their recovery. Coming back to the stream, hopefully not too many comments to answer. Yeah. So Shopland says, what are your transfer moves? I'll show you my transfer moves in about 20 minutes, guys. So let's the suspense be until the next 20 minutes. Cinema Crazy says, will Gundogan start? I think he will start, yes. But again, with Pep you can't be 100% sure, but I think Gundogan should start, yes. Barry says, keeping Reece, but can't decide if I should play Andreas or sell Neko for Dunk. I think just play Andreas, my friend. Why I say this, Barry, why I feel that you should play Andreas is because, just a second here. I need to go back to pick team. Don't need to be showing you my points. Just give me a second here. Yeah. So, Neko Williams next week plays Bournemouth at home. I think this is a very, very playable fixture. You can play Neko Williams. Look at the threat amongst defenders. How much is his threat out of the 216 defenders? Number 1. Creativity, 6. ICT index, 4. You can easily play him in 2 of these, like against Fulham, against Bournemouth, you can play him. So in my opinion, you should keep Neko Williams. Just play Andres Pereira in this game week. Sukrat says, Sashrikal bro, shall I bring in Johnny or Estupian? Hey Sukrat, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I think Johnny might be in with the risk of rotation. The reason is Semedo is now playing on the right hand side, and Johnny played on the left hand side. The thing is, on the left hand side they've still got Ait Nouri, who actually had started the season really well. So in my opinion, I think Estupian is more safe as compared to Johnny. He might play against Bournemouth. I'm not sure what's wrong with Ait Nouri, but he still has a risk of rotation, bro. Immortal Dom says, bench Perisic, Xhaka or Andreas. Out of them, I think you have to choose between Xhaka and Andreas. You cannot bench Perisic, my friend. If you own him, you have to play him, especially this game week. With Paulo keeps saying he feels that he can start, I think you can kind of play him. Ashish says, Son out for Gundogan and Diaz is worth or not. See, Son has been getting lots of chances in these games. I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's just not finishing well this season for some reason. Ashish. But the thing is, you get Gundogan. I'm not sure. The thing is, Son at least is nailed on to start all the games. Gundogan, I'm not so sure. He will start against Nottingham Forest. I think so. But long term, is he nailed on? Of course not. That's the thing which you need to consider, bro. George says, source for the recent rumor. George, a lot of in the nose ITKs for Chelsea have been saying, and now even FPL ITKs have put out this information that Reece James is ill and won't be starting. I think we can safely say that Reece James is not going to be starting tonight. I think he has not even travelled with the squad. Thoughts on Saka to Rodrigo? If you already own Martinelli, I think you can do this. Otherwise, it's up to you, absolutely. I think you need an Arsenal attacker. Sid says, hey, what's up, bro? I've got 2 free transfers. Want to sell NATO and have Gross. Don't want to do moves to get Rodrigo this week. Also don't want to burn. Well, Sid, the thing is, you already have Gross. You don't want to do 2 moves to get Rodrigo this week. Then there's not much options there, Sid. I think you should get Rodrigo this. If you want to get Rodrigo, get him this week. Don't delay it. Robertson to Dunk, Nato to Gross, and Da Silva to Rodrigo for a -4. That's the thing is, I like the moves. I just don't like the -4. If you can kind of make 2 of these moves, prioritize one out of Pascal Gross and Rodrigo, get 2 and make the next move after this game week. I think that could work as well, my friend. Don't need to take a -4. Um, Rajat says, hey Rajat, I hope you're doing well. Joseph says, Robertson, Walker and Reed out for Dunk, Patterson and Gundogan. I see, Joseph, I think that these moves are like, I see only one I see long-term option is Dunk. Patterson again, Everton are absolutely not playing well at the moment. Gundogan I see as a short-term option. I don't think he's a long-term option. So out of the players which you have, Robertson and Walker and Reed, they're all long-term options. At least they're gonna play all the minutes. So it's difficult to call this one, bro. Rajat says I have James, Walker, Cancelo, Arnold, Patterson, and Ramsdale. What to do as James is out? I need to play at least 4 defenders. Then just play the rest, my friend. Play Walker, Cancelo, Arnold, and Patterson. You know, when there's no other options, you have these 4 million players for such games as, you know, such moments. Play him, bro. That's all we can do. What else can be done? Or you can transfer out James or get him back next week, which I don't really recommend. Who to play for James was Dunk or Andreas? I think, technically speaking, we always recommend playing the attacking player. You know, Jugs, but since since they're playing each other, you know, Andreas and Dunk and Brighton have been playing well. You can make an exception and play Dunk in this case, especially if you don't own Sanchez. If you own Sanchez, then you can think about playing Andreas. This is a difficult one, my friend, a very difficult one, honestly, because you know, Brighton have been playing well. Are they going to continue to play as well as, I mean, they can continue to win games, but are they going to keep like so many clean sheets going ahead? Who knows? That's very difficult to call. Sudeep says, how about sell Salah and buy Diaz and Sterling? That's totally on you, my friend. You know, it's, if your gut says you have to do this, you can do it. In my opinion, I'm not gonna. Salah's going nowhere from my team, my friend. Abhijit says, I brought in James yesterday fearing the price rise. Abhijit, honestly speaking, you know, everybody has their own style of playing FPL, and I absolutely respect that and I agree with that. But, you know, my friend, I never make my FPL decisions on the basis of price rises or price changes. This never ends well, in my opinion, you know. That should not be the concern. The concern should be different, you know, like having more information. Is it more valuable to you than maybe 0.1 million? That's the thing which we need to kind of value. Bernardo or Gundogan? Out of these two, Gundogan, my friend. James to Estupian. If you want Fadzali, yes, you can do it, but the thing is, long term you would want James back. Bishop says, guys, is taking out Reese for Estupian and getting Harrison for Bailey fine? Wish, it's fine. Short term. Long term, you're going to want Reece James back, so you should have a contingency plan in case you want to transfer him out. Also, Reece James is not a long term absentee. He's just out for 1 game week, so be careful. Why on earth is Estupian trending after the James injury? I have no idea, my friend. The FPL managers are crazy. They can get anything to trend. But honestly speaking, I mean, definitely Brighton been keeping clean sheets. You can go there if you want to, you know. It's not like the difficult decision, honestly, but I don't know. I'm personally keeping Reece James. Even if I have to play Andreas, I don't care. I'll still play Andreas. How about Robertson and Reed out for Duncan Gross? Yes, why not? You can do it, my friend. I mean, you know, you remember you're getting 2 Brighton players. If you're comfortable with that, then why not? Will James be available next week? How bad is the injury? It is not an injury, Abhijit. He's just ill. I think he should be fine next week. At least that is what the initial reports are suggesting. So hoping for the best. Pereira to Aronson. Got James with only Pereira and Nick on the bench. If you really want Aronson, George, you can do it. You know, you have to decide. I mean, do you really want Aronson from Leeds? Do you want Harrison? Do you want Rodrigo? Go for the player which you really want, not because you're constrained by price or, you know, something. You have to make it work exactly the way. You have to set up your team for the long term, not just for 1 week. So be careful. With Robertson to Gabriel, Robertson to Gabriel. Yeah, if you want, you can do it, my friend. I think Robertson may have a chance to be rested, rotated because of the fixture congestion I just showed you. So if you want, but I think 3 Liverpool players still is the way to go, at least because with City you never know with rotation. With Liverpool, they're mostly nailed on players, They might miss 1 game, 2 games the entire season. That won't make a difference. Play Perisic, Dunk or Gross. This is a difficult one. Out of these 3, I'd choose between Perisic and Gross. Sanchez or Henderson? I think Sanchez, Sid. Foden or Diaz for this game week? Foden. I think Foden. If you're going for a City player, go for the one which has a higher ceiling. Viz, do you think that Liverpool can get a clean sheet against Newcastle? I think they can. I think Alan said Maxima is rumored to be injured. Bruno Guimaraes is rumored to be injured. Callum Wilson is injured. I think Newcastle, Trippier, I think is feared to have picked up some knock or something. So in my opinion, I think Newcastle are going to struggle, to at least score against Liverpool. Maybe they're gonna defend deeper or something like that. But I think they're going to struggle. Barry says, feel like I'm crazy considering captaining Jesus based on the poll. Barry, don't worry about the poll. It's just I think Jesus is never going to be an equally popular option as compared to Salah, Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Kane. It's just because of his price. You feel you should captain him. Your instinct says he's gonna do well against Aston Villa. Nothing should stop you from captaining him, especially in this game week in which captaincy is going to be a divided. As you can see, 50 for Haaland, 45 for Salah. It's divided, at least. Sushant says De Silva to Gross or De Silva plus Robertson to Saliba plus Diaz for a -4. Both will work. I don't like the -4, but I like the moves, Sushant. Those transfers was for a -4, by the way, says Joseph. Joseph, you need to write them again. How about Duncan Reed? -4, I don't like it. I don't like them, Joseph. Just make one transfer then. Why are you not captaining Haaland? I'm concerned about his minutes, bro. That is the reason I'm a little bit wary about captaining Haaland. Otherwise, I think he's a very good option. There's no reason not to captain Haaland, my friend. Otherwise, sorry guys, just trying to read Twitter for any news. Rashford or Tony? I would go with Tony, my friend. I think he's in really good form. Even Mitrovic, I really like. The fixtures I don't like for Fulham. That's the reason I said Tony. Who should I downgrade Robertson to fund Reed to Gross move? You can think about, like Brighton defenses is, I think, really good because they've got good fixtures. You can think about Brighton City. Who else? Arsenal, William Saliba, if you want. Not many options there, my friend. What do you think is going to captain? I'm not saying it's a wrong decision or a right decision. It's not for me. Will Foden start or should I get Diaz for it? I think just put Foden in the team. Hope he starts against Nottingham Forest. I think I'm gonna do 2 crazy moves. Well, these crazy moves push you up the ranks. Some they did last season. Hope for the best this season as well, bro. Do you have any stats of Gross against Fulham and how Fulham and Rodrigo against Everton? Shopman, to be honest with you, I personally, I've done the statistical analysis, but it's kind of hard to show it here right now. But in my opinion, I think out of those two, the you have to think about the long term. For example, you want them for 4 weeks, right? From game week 5 to game week 8, you have to see their collective points. Just for an example, if we go to Fantasy Football Fix here, and let's see player points projections. Let's see what the predicted points for these players are from game week 5 to game week 8, right? midfielders. 7 million. Pascal Gross. So as you can see, Pascal Gross is having 18 expected points, and Rodrigo's having 15.4. This is according to the previous stats in the first 4 game weeks, according to their shots in the box and all of those other parameters, except that remember that Gross is not on penalties and Rodrigo is on penalties. Otherwise, according to Fantasy Football Fix predictions, Gross is on course to score more points than Rodrigo, but there's not going to be much difference in my opinion, if you ask me. Let's go back, guys. If you're enjoying the stream, please do hit like. I would really appreciate it. Johan says, should I bring in Haaland to captain for a hit? I mean, who are you going to bring Haaland in place of? Kane? Like, I need to know that before I can answer that question. Are Stones and Diaz the only 2 centre-back options for City? I'm thinking of getting in Stones. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened to, like, is Ake going to come back or not? But currently, I think City are going to sign another centre-back before the transfer window ends. I think Akanji from Borussia Dortmund has been rumored linked with City. So at this moment in time, for this game week, I think yes, you can think about bringing in Stones, but I wouldn't bring short-term options at this moment in time, guys. Jolinton says Williams, Bailey, Andreas. Who do I start? I think Andreas. Out of these, I think Andreas. Bailey, I'm not even sure if he's going to start. Andreas is at least going to play the full match. So Andreas. I'm going to do my transfer viz. What's the transfer going to be, Jugs? Sully says, I was been doing good lately. Absolutely, my friend. Been doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Raya or Sanchez? Sanchez, my friend. James to Kukurea. Long term? Yes, why not? I mean, if you're fine with not owning James, then yes. Or you can just do James to Kukurea and get James back when he's fit again. How do you see Bamford if he's fit? Will he be moved directly to the 11? I think as soon as Bamford is fit to play, yes, he's going to be moved to the 11, yes. Jamzam says, Jesus captain thoughts. I think he's a very good captaincy option. The only thing, which you need to consider is that you're going to be going against the crowd. If you're comfortable with that, then Jesus. Only thing you need to consider is who is going to be the highest point scorer in your team and captain him. Jolinton says probably Sanchez. Yep. Faz says how long to stay. I'm not patient with NATO. I'm going to transfer him out this game week. I've had enough of NATO in my team. Faz. I think I'm going to make my transfers in the next minute. Just kind of just delaying them a little bit, but. Not much to do. Not much to consider. I already made my moves in my mind. I just need to, just kind of hit enter and confirm them. Bailey's still in my team, stuck to transfer out. Just get him out, my friend. I just don't like him. The thing is being rotated a lot, and just Aston Villa is absolutely not good. I think Gerrard might go, soon, the way they're playing. Babin says Saka and me out for Rodrigo and Vestupian. Or just do Dunk or just go Dunk. I think Dunk or Saliba are fine, bro. I honestly think Dunk or Saliba are fine. I think if it is for a free, I think you can consider that. But I think just going Dunk or Saliba is good enough as well. I think Dunk, even over Saliba. Harrison or Rodrigo? Rodrigo, my friend. Johan says bringing in Haaland for KDB or Salah. You need to take the hit to make the moves and restructure my team, considering taking out Salah for a couple of weeks because it seems wrong taking out KDB against NFO. That, Johan, that's your personal decision, my friend. This call is cannot be taken by me. The reason why is last week many people asked me whether they should get KDB or Haaland. I said exclusively, I clearly said that you should go for Haaland. From now onwards, if you look at the congested schedule which is starting, it's very hard to predict, because if I tell you to get in Haaland and then he gets subbed after half time or after 60 minutes, I don't want to be the one to kind of tell you to make these moves, but you need to know the risk before you consider taking these moves. FL Jack says I'm taking out Archer for the Fulham 4.5 million forward. Forget his name. Oh yes, Stansfield, I think his name is. Go for it, Jugs. That's the prime move for today. Reece James not playing. No, today he's not gonna play. He's ill. Start Walker or Dunk. Walker. Razat says, what are your thoughts on Perisic for the next 2 game weeks? I think he's gonna play he's gonna start one of the 2 in the next 2 game weeks. Babin says, I'm doing NATO to Gross as soon as the game week starts. Hope we can get something against Bournemouth. The thing is, I'm not even sure if NATO is gonna start that game, because last week Podence didn't start, and they've now got Gadash. They've got Jimenez coming back. Huang as well, waiting in the wings. I'm not even sure if NATO starts the way he's although he got an assist last game week, which was chalked off for a foul on Ryan Fraser against Newcastle. But honestly, I feel I'm not confident owning NATO. Pereira to Aronson or March. Already got Grope this week. Then I think Aronson is the way to go, my friend. I don't think doubling up on Brighton midfielders is the way to go. Doubling up on the defense is a separate story, because at least defense, if they keep a clean sheet, you get points automatically. Doubling up on the cheap midfielders from the same team is not for me, George. Who to replace James with? Already have a Trent, Cancelo and Perisic. You can think about going with an Arsenal defender. You can think about going with a Brighton defender. And you can think about going with another City defender as well. Get Rodrigo or Gross this week? $1 million question, Babin. It's I have no right answer. They're both good options, my friend. It's all about what you want to do. Otherwise, there's nothing to choose between them. Hang on. Actually, let's go to Fantasy Football Fix before I make my transfers. Let's go to the Opta stats, compare the players, and see which one comes out on top. Alright, player 1. Just a second here. All players, Leeds. Where is Leeds here? Here's Rodrigo. Then we go to Brighton and we choose Pascal Gross. There you go. Oops. Made a mistake, as I always do. Forgot to select player number 2, so I have to go and select Rodrigo. There you go. So guys, here's Pascal Gross on the left hand side and Rodrigo on the right hand side. As you can see, where Pascal Gross is playing, let me show you his average position. Look, Rodrigo is playing more central. He's playing central, but Pascal Gross is playing a little bit to the right hand side. His heat map is more condensed on the right hand side, but as you can see, he's more advanced as compared to Rodrigo. Look where Pascal Gross has had 6 shots. Rodrigo's had 19. That's absolutely insane. Wow, that's insane, guys. The shots that Pascal Gross has had, they're all very high XG shots. The shots which Rodrigo's having are speculative. Yeah, see, so many speculative shots, but from inside the box. See which one you want to get. The player which takes more shots, at least, he has to miss and he has to score some. Pascal Gross has scored 3 goals from 6 shots, I think. Let's see the stats. Pascal Gross has got 3 goals from 6 shots. Rodrigo's got 4 goals from 19 shots. I mean, that's insane. They're both outperforming their XG. 1.75 for Gross, 2.36 for Rodrigo, which are almost similar. Shots on target 3 and 7. As you can see, Gross is taking more shots. All his shots on target are goals. But Rodrigo is just taking more speculative shots. 16 in the box. Nothing to compare them. Obviously, Pascal Gross has more chances of assisting, and Rodrigo's got more chances of goal scoring. You have to decide which one you want. Pascal Gross is 5.8. Rodrigo 6.5. If I had the option, if I had the money, I would go for Rodrigo. Unfortunately, I don't. So that's the reason I'm thinking about going with Pascal Gross. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. I need to come back and I need to answer your questions. I need to make my transfers as well. James to Kukurea. Yeah, you can do that. If you have the money in the bank, absolutely. Hey bro, James situation. James is ill this week. He's going to be back next week. Guys, I'm just going to type this. I have to say this so many times. It doesn't make sense. Just a second. Alright, I wrote this message, I'm gonna pin it so all of you can read this, so I don't have to answer it again. West Brentford midfielder nailed on to start. Midfielders. The Silva's the one, Norgard. Don't like any of their midfielders, honestly, Janelt is also one, but I don't see the potential in Brentford midfield, my friend. Shafiq says, hey man, hope you're good. Start Saliba or Tony. Tony, my friend. There's not even no doubts in my mind. Babin says, thanks because I'm doing Saka and Andres, Rodrigo and Gross. Can't choose one of these. That's then go for it, my friend. They're both great players. Kukurea nailed on this game week. Definitely, I think he's going to start. Can you compare Aronson and March on fix? Yes. So before I make my transfers, let's compare Aronson and Solly March. Interesting comparison. Should be interesting. I think Solly March has been doing well. Just is not that clinical. Just not clinical. That's the problem with Solly March. Gets so many chances. I sometimes feel frustrated watching him play because he gets into good positions, dribbles well, does everything, and then misses all the time. Where's Solly March? I'm sorry, guys. See here, look at how many shots Solly March is taking. Sometimes even from inside the box, but not scoring. You can see Aronson has taken most of his shots from outside the box. 10 shots to 5 from Aronson. Every position, as you can see, both similar positions. I expect, they're both exactly the same positions. If you look at the stats, Aronson has got 1 goal, Solly March has got 0. Expected goals 1.39. That's crazy. 10 shots for Solly March, 5 on target, 8 in the box, and still no goals. I mean, that's absolutely insane. That's why I say that sometimes I go a bit crazy watching Solly March play and miss all those chances he gets. Big chances created 1. So Solly March is all the right stats. He's dominating in all the right stats, but he doesn't have any goals to show for it. Does he have assists? No goals, no assists, but he's dominating in the right stats. In the wrong stats in FPL terms, in the right stats from football terms. But yeah, hopefully this helps you, my friend. I don't want to give any conclusions, but hopefully this helps you. James has been given 50% chance to play on FPL. They just it doesn't matter, my friend. Just ignore them. The Chelsea ITKs have been saying James is not going to start. I trust them absolutely. Starford says, thanks, you're welcome, my friend. Gross or Harrison? Out of these two, I think I prefer Gross. Rodrigo captain or Haaland? Come on, my friend. Again, you want to captain Rodrigo is absolutely up to you. I'm not saying make your team more like mine, but I would never captain Rodrigo as compared to Haaland. My instinct says Everton will get their first clean sheet this game week. Who knows? They've not been conceding too many goals. The problem is they've not been scoring either. They don't have any strikers except Suleiman Rondon. That's the problem. James is out. Should I go for Barnes or Rodrigo? Out of these two, Rodrigo, definitely. Leicester absolutely crocked at the moment. They don't not bought any players, selling their players. No goals, no assists, only vibes. Yeah, absolutely. He's not traveling, James. Absolutely, Rafa. We've already said. If you look my pinned message, I've already said that. James is not playing. Alright, guys. I think it's time. Should I captain Rodrigo or Harrison? Out of these two, you should captain Rodrigo. Just give me a second, guys. Let me go to my transfers page. I think it's time to get to the business end of the stream. No trumpets, guys. No trumpets today. Let's just make the moves. Be done with them. I mean, I could have done this move, but unfortunately, I don't have money in the bank. Right. I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but these are the moves which I have planned, and these are the moves which I'm possibly going to go through with. Sanchez and Gross. 3 players in the Fulham game. It doesn't make much sense, but what can we do? Because if James is not playing, I'm going to have to play Andreas. Nico Williams against City doesn't make any sense. Archer doesn't make any sense either. Gonna have to play Andreas. Well, so be it, guys. It's Stanfield then. Yeah, exactly, Stanfield. That's the name. Just a second here. Where is the... Yeah. So this was, just give me a second here. I'm gonna have a problem later getting him back. Next week I'm gonna possibly gonna move Cucurella to an Arsenal player if need be then. Thank you so much for nothing, Pedro Neto. Last week I thought I finally got an attacking return and an assist out of Pedro Neto, but no, that's not gonna happen. Right on, guys. Then let's go. Let us go. Rock and roll. No trumpets. No tenor. Todd, if you're listening, we're out of tenors today, my friend. Captain Salah, Vice Captain Jesus, first bench Andreas, which obviously is gonna come in. So I've got 3 players from the Brighton game and Fulham game: Andreas Pereira, Pascal Gross, and Sanchez. Not gonna end well, but it's not only for this game week I'm getting them, you know. I like these fixtures. Before I'm gonna wildcard, I like Leicester, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. I like these fixtures. And there's no reason to not do this, make these moves. You know, these are the teams which are not playing Champions League, Europa League, so they're gonna get their rest as well. So it's better to play this. Anyways, guys, if you can just let me... There you go. You can see my final team on the pitch. My captain is going to be Salah. If you want, I can tell you the reasons, but you possibly already know the reason. I've already said this. Faz says Todd says no tenor. Absolutely not, my friend. Are you going with Arsenal defense this week? Yep, I am going without an Arsenal defense this week. I don't expect Aston Villa to score against Arsenal, but sometimes, you know, when you have to make a move, because the thing is, I don't like the idea of having Neto in my team. Not even sure if he's going to play against Bournemouth. Even if he plays, who cares? I need to set my team for the upcoming game weeks. I had 2 free transfers. I made my 2 free transfers, and I like the look of my team, my friend, for the upcoming weeks. And next week, I can easily take out Cucurella. If James is fit again, I can take out Cucurella and bring in William Saliba. I can bring in Zinchenko. I can bring in Gabriel. I have the options open. I can even bring in a defensive player from Manchester City like Kyle Walker. So all the options are open. Currently, for me, if Cancelo was not playing against Nottingham Forest, he was also on the chopping block. I don't like the way City are playing with their fullbacks, especially with Haaland. Earlier, when they used to play a false 9, Cancelo used to play so far up ahead. Now I don't see the same Cancelo bombarding up and down the flank. It's just a very conservative kind of Cancelo. I don't like him. At 7 million, without the attacking threat, don't like that. So possibly he's also on the chopping block for me. Faz says Neto scores a hat-trick. Breaking news. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Estupian and Sanchez, or Raya and Estupian. Is double Brighton? No, I think double Brighton is the way to go, Fadzali. Crazy how I didn't realize I have another free transfer. I thought if I made another transfer, it will be -4. Well, such is the season, my friend. The way we started with our teams this season. By the way, this game week, expect Mitrovic to score a goal. It's not out of the question. If Mitrovic can score against Arsenal, if Mitrovic can score against Liverpool, obviously Mitrovic can score against Brighton as well. So that's not out of the question. But, you know, when you have to make these moves, it is not only for 1 week. You have to set your team for the upcoming weeks as well. So considering that, I have made my transfers, guys. And hoping for the best. My 2 free transfers are gone. Next week, one more transfer is going to come. Let's see how it goes. Should I start Pereira or Dyer? I think you should. Spurs are going to play against West Ham away. I don't see them keeping a clean sheet. I think Pereira is going to give you more cover, because many FPL managers who are not transferring out James are going to put Pereira in their team, my friend. In that sense, I think Pereira, although I think Spurs are going to concede against West Ham United at the Olympic Stadium. I think they will. And also, we always recommend going with the attacking player as compared to the defender if you have to choose between the two. Albeit Pereira is from a better team as compared Dyer is from a better team as compared to Pereira. West Ham only scored once this season, but yes, but that's true. But only scored once in the Premier League. They scored 3 goals in the Conference League qualification game as well. I think they're going to come together. I think they're going to do well. They've been missing chances, but let's see. Let's see what happens, Margarita. If you want to go with Dyer, absolutely do that. I'm not saying what I'm saying is correct. I'm just giving you my opinion, my friend. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong. I'll be wrong in the future as well. Michael says, hi Wiz, with James out, what to do? I have Andreas, Bailey and Nico on the bench. If I play Andreas, I have Dunk in defense. One free transfer, should I get rid of Bailey for who? 0.9 in the bank. I think Pascal Gross, my friend. If you can get to Pascal Gross, I think you but I don't think you can, right? No. Because Bailey is 4.7. That'll give you 5.5 in the bank. Oh, you already have Gross. Then I think play Andreas, my friend. It's no problem. I mean, I'm gonna play Andreas as well. Technically, against I've got Sanchez in goal. I've got Pascal Gross, and I still gonna play play Andreas. Sometimes these things happen. You can't always have the ideal players. What makes us think that, for example, why can't Gross and Andreas both score a goal? Sometimes this happens. Do you have a Fulham defense numbers? Fulham defense is yeah, we can have a look. Definitely can have a look. Just give me a second here. We've got Fantasy Football Fix sponsoring our streams, guys. The least we can do is have a look at the stats, right? Just give me a second here. Actually, yeah, Fulham defense. So as you can see in the let's see all the teams. Just give me a second. Where's Fulham F? So Fulham have conceded 53 shots. Let's just see. 53. There's like midway as compared to the rest of the teams. So they've conceded 53 shots, 40 in the box. Let's see where they are in the box. Yeah, so they've got like the 6th highest team for the shots in the box. XG conceded. Where's Fulham? 3rd, 4th for expected goals conceded. Are Fulham, so not a very good team. Not a very good defensive team are Fulham. That's what fantasy football stats tell us. Fantasy Football Fix. Let's go back, guys. I want everybody to see my team. I'd like to see a Perisic own goal, says Peel Doug. Oh well, that would be nice, innit? Especially for people who don't own him. Reece James to Cucurella and Bailey to Gross. I like those moves, PJ. But the thing is, long term you would want Reece James over Cucurella, so you should have a contingency plan to get Reece James back. That's the only thing I would like to tell you. James and Kulusevski out for Gundogan and Estupian. I don't think so. No, just James to Estupian should be fine, my friend. Again, that's my opinion, bro. Thomas Bennett says, hey Wiz, should I hold Zinchenko as he may not play? Should I get Cucurella? If Zinchenko is fit, which I feel he is, he was very close to playing the Fulham game, as tweeted by Charles Watts, who's like more of an a reporter who tweets about Arsenal. He says Zinchenko is close to being fit. I think if Zinchenko is fit, he is going to start over Tierney. That's my opinion, my friend. So you can take a risk, Thomas, especially if you have cover on the bench. Michael says, thanks, Wiz. You're welcome, Michael, always. Dan says, James to Diaz or Perisic. I don't like either of the options, but if I had to choose one, I'd say Diaz, because at least he's nailed on. Perisic, I'm not sure how many games he's going to start, in my opinion. So, Diaz. George says, I can always hold my transfer and play Pereira, but it seems like a nailed on 2-pointer. George, who knows what's going to happen, bro? I mean, I played Pereira in the game... Who was it against? Can't remember who it was against, but he got 8 points whereas people who actually transferred out Pereira for some other player, they did not get those points. So sometimes, you just have to take these chances. Let me just show you. I actually played him for, give me a second. There you go. See, I played Andreas Pereira here in this game week. Gave me 8 points. I think he was my except Salah, he was my highest scoring player this game week. See here? Even Salah scored 8 points and Andreas scored 8 points. So sometimes you have to take this against Brentford at home. He scored 8 points. I played him in the team. So you have to take these chances. Sometimes you never know how FPL pans out, my friend. It's very strange ways this game behaves sometimes. So take some chances. Ikchoth says, are you not captaining Haaland? No, my friend, I'm captaining Salah. I'm sticking with my guns. James and Saka to Cancelo and Rodrigo. I like those moves, although I've already said that Cancelo is on my chopping block. Don't see the attacking sense. And he's not that attacking this season, so I don't like that. But moves are fine, my friend. I don't see anything wrong with the moves. Even, next game week, if you want James back, you can easily get him back in place of Cancelo. Or you just do Saka to Rodrigo and bench James is also an option. Anis says play Bailey this game week for transfer him for Matthews, Nunes, Ayoze Perez, Almiron or Alanga. Well, why not transfer him out for Guedes of Wolves? It looks good. It's better than Nunes, in my opinion. If you want to get a Wolves players, get Guedes. Looks very good. Other than that, you have the option of going for Pascal Gross. I don't like Ayoze Perez. I would never go there. Nunes is fine, but as I said, I like Guedes better. As compared to Almiron, I like Alan Saint Maxima, but he's injured at the moment. Elanga, I would not go there. Zara says, hey Wiz, I have one free transfer this week. Should I prioritize replacing Ramsdale or use the free transfer for Pedro Neto? I think you should go for Pedro Neto. Transfer him out, and if you can get somebody like Rodrigo or Pascal Gross, I think that's the way to go, Zara. Anthony versus Zinchenko it is then. Anthony versus Zinchenko. I'm not sure if I understand, my friend. FL Sam says, I have gone beyond punty this game week and I still have Neto. Well, I know you're expecting Neto to score a hat-trick against Bournemouth. It was keeping me from transferring out as well, but come on, I mean, I've had enough of Pedro Neto, and I know he's probably gonna score maybe one assist or something against Bournemouth. I'll take it on the chin, my friend. We make our decisions. We stand by our decisions. FPL Jack says, please give a like to the stream, guys. We've got like 40 people watching. Please do like the stream if you enjoy what we do here. Great says hold Saka. Why not? Great. I mean, he plays against Aston Villa. Definitely hold for this game, and you can consider selling him in the next game as well. Ikjot says, would you do Saka and Pereira to Rodrigo and Gross and bench Reece James? I would, yes. But the thing is, you have to also worry about the balance of your team. If you're going to spread the funds around so much, later on you're going to find it very difficult to consolidate. You have to consider not just one game week. You have to consider long term the structure of your team as well. So don't spread the funds around so much that you can't even consolidate later. By the way, Smelly Wab has already given us the alarm, guys. Only like 5 minutes to go to the deadline. I don't want anybody missing the deadline. So please make your transfers, set your teams, and then you can continue to ask your question if you have any. Next week was Anthony right wing versus Zinchenko left back. Oh, well, who cares, my friend? I'm not even sure if Anthony's going to be like, in the team next week. If he is, then, well, so be it, my friend. I'm not expecting Arsenal to keep a clean sheet at Old Trafford anyway, so these are not the games which we get Arsenal defenders for, so no problems. Tariq says, is Stones a good option? Who's competing with him? Stones is an okay-ish option, without any most of an attacking threat. He doesn't have much. Also, he's competing with Ake, Laporte, who are both injured at the moment. But I think City are going to sign one more centre-back before the transfer window ends. I think Akanji from Borussia Dortmund. How about Rodrigo captain? That's absolutely up to you, Ridhi. But in my opinion, when you have Haaland in your team, when you have Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, then you always should captain the premiums. If you want to go with Rodrigo, absolutely go with your instinct. I'm just not the type of manager who's gonna do it. I'm a very conservative manager. At heart, I like to play it safe. So I always go with the safe option. Sometimes it might not be the most exciting, but you know, it works for me. I stick with my guns. If you had KDB, would you captain him over Salah? Very difficult question, my friend. I would possibly think about captaining him over Salah, but if I had KDB, I would still captain Salah because owning KDB in itself is a great, a great thing, a great differential. So I would still captain Salah, my friend. Yeah. What to do about James? Bench him, my friend. Do you think Salah will smack Newcastle? Possible, my friend. I think he's going to be angry. Liverpool scored 9 goals and Salah wasn't involved in any of them. I feel he's going to be angry, ready to go. He's not the kind of player who's going to be bogged down and sit quietly. I think he's going to try bounce back. Gabriel, Stones or Cucurella? Gabriel, Cucurella, Stones in that order. Is James injured? No, Lee, he's just ill. I think he's going to be back next week. Whew. Why aren't you benching James? Just for the reason I liked seeing him in my team. What difference does it make? It technically Andres Pereira is going to play anyway, so I just like seeing him in my team. That way my team looks better psychologically to me. Otherwise it doesn't make a difference, bro. Abhishek, enjoy, my friend. Christian says, why Salah captain and not Haaland? I'm concerned about the minutes of Haaland. I think if City score 2 or 3 by halftime, I think Haaland can be subbed because of such a congested fixture schedule coming up for Manchester City. That is the only reason I'm not captaining Haaland. Otherwise, I think Haaland is a great captaincy option. Again, guys, I am a conservative manager. Everybody should play FPL according to their own temperaments, according to their own personalities. If you're in sync, if your FPL team and your transfer decisions are in sync with your personality, I think you would be at ease with your FPL team, even if it performs or even if it doesn't perform. At least you would be culpable for your own decisions and you would know why you made the decisions according to your personality. When you want something else but you do something else, then it becomes a conflict of interest. It becomes a conflict which is not healthy for the mental side of FPL, guys. Just be in synchronization. Just like Master Uguay says, be in synchronization with the surroundings. Hez's captain, says Barry. Oh, that's spicy. I hope it works out, my friend. As an Arsenal fan, I'd still be happy if it works out. Gray for Neves. Don't like that move, Sully. To be honest with you, Everton are not doing well attacking wise. Sorry, joined late. Was any reasons except X minutes for Salah cap? No reason. No reason, Nihil. The only reason is expected minutes and the motivation to score a goal after missing out against Bournemouth. And Newcastle playing a weakened team. Hopefully don't have Alan Saint Maxima, Wilson, Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes. So I think Liverpool can do well against Newcastle. Hopefully, I got in March 2 into Brighton attack for the next 4. Well, George, that's the way to go. Follow your gut, my friend. Is this your final lineup? This is my final lineup. Guys, lock your teams. 1 minute to go. Please don't ask questions. Just go and lock your teams. Let me refresh my team for all of you to see. I'm not sure why it is not getting refreshed. What happened? Oh, my goodness me. There you go. Yes, that is why you don't refresh your team at the deadline. Anyways, we gotta have to make do with what we have, guys. can't show you my team anymore. Wow, what a farce. Oh, what is happening, guys? This is insanity. Well, it's time. Yes, absolutely, it's time. I think damn it. I don't know what to do now. Well, let's hope it shows us the fixtures. No, the game is updating. It doesn't even show us the fixtures. Well, guys. I don't know what to do here now. Just give me a second and try to open the fixtures on some other website. Come on. Should not have refreshed. Anyways. Doesn't make a difference. Let's just see the fixtures here. we have to make do with stuff, guys, sometimes. Uh, so yeah, it's time for the predictions. Nihal says locked. Haaland captain couldn't change. Absolutely fine, Nihal. Sometimes luck helps. Smelly Up says then in inner peace. Don't worry, your team is already updated. I know, Jeevan. I just wanted to show you guys my team. I know my team's updated, my friend. Haaland subbed at 45 minutes with a hat trick. Gonna be awesome. I make my decisions, guys. I stick with my decisions. I know why I know the risk of not captaining Haaland against Nottingham Forest. I absolutely understand the risk. Just couldn't bring myself to do it, guys. Maybe it's just not in my personality to take these kind of risks. And again, I told you gotta be in sync with your personality. Otherwise, you will always be at conflict with your FPL team and with your heart, which is not good. I'm just telling you this. All right, let's do some quick predictions. And Stupian benched and Sinestra in for me. Sinestra is a very exciting player. He scored a really good goal in the Carling Cup, I think it was. But I'm not sure if he's gonna start. But they're good moves. I feel some. Of course, they're your type of moves, I'd like to say. Anyways, guys, let's do the quick predictions. I don't want to be here for too long, especially when I can't show you my FPL team, but let's just quickly do this. So Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, of course it's tomorrow. This game, I expect... Is Zaha's going to be back for this game? Made my moves yesterday. Kieran, Drewsbury, Hall to Gundogan, Robo to Saliba. I like those moves, Nehal. Absolutely like those moves. Guys, is Zaha going to be back for this game? Before I make my prediction, I need to know this because Zaha is a totally different ball game altogether if he plays against Brentford. I'm waiting for the responses in the chat so that I can actually start with my prediction. Hang on, let me look at my predicted lineups. I had written, but I skipped my mind. So yeah, Zaha is gonna be back, right? No, I'm not sure. Not sure. Patrick Vieira didn't say much about Zaha. Well, let's see what happens. Let's assume that Zaha plays this game. If Zaha plays this game, I think Crystal Palace is going to win. If Zaha doesn't play this game, I think it's going to be a draw between Palace and Brentford. I think it's going to be a scoring draw. I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet for any of the teams. But if Zaha plays, I think Crystal Palace are going to win. Fulham versus Brighton. I think this game... This could be a draw, guys. Unfortunately for me and for all of you who brought in the Brighton players, I think Fulham have potential to score against anybody, especially when you own a striker like Mitrovic, who played really, really well against Arsenal, and I think they have a chance to score. I think Brighton could win this game, but not without conceding. I think Brighton are going to concede in this game. Southampton versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea are going to win this game, although... not by a big margin. I think it's going to be one goal between the two teams. It could be 1-0 for Chelsea. It could be 2-1 for Chelsea, but I think Chelsea going to win this game by one goal. Leeds versus Everton. I think this is going to be a 1-1 draw between Leeds and Everton. I think Everton going to try to be tight, not give Leeds too many chances, and then going to try to hit them when they get the chance. Hope they can grab something here. Everton 1-1. No clean sheets for Everton or Leeds United, in my opinion. Nahal says 1-1 Fulham Brighton. George says 2-1 Palace and 2-3 Brighton. FPL Sam says Sinestra hat-trick. Why not? Gonna be very interesting if that happens. I'm gonna give you a shout out, absolute shout out, my friend. And if that happens, gonna be a great move if that happens. Bournemouth versus Wolves. I think Wolves are going to win this game. I think Bournemouth are going to try to stay tight. I think the interim manager... I'm not sure if they signed a new manager yet. I think they've been linked with Sean Dyche, but I'm not sure what's going to happen here. But in my opinion, I don't think they're going to concede many goals. Bournemouth, I think two should be the limit. I think the new manager is going to try to play them deep and try to sit back. That's especially what happens when your manager gets sacked after conceding 9 goals. So let's see what happens. I think Wolves are going to win this game by 2 goals. Manchester City versus Nottingham. I think this is going to be a 5-0 scoreline. I think City are too good, and Nottingham are the worst defensive team in the league. And saying this, I don't know why I haven't captained Haaland against this team again. Expected minutes is, I think I've given a lot more focus to expected minutes than I should have, but I stick by my decision. I don't think Haaland is going to play the 90 minutes in this game, guys. If it is stuck at 0-0 by the 60th minute, then I think it's gonna be fair not to captain Haaland, but I think there's no chance that Nottingham are gonna hold off City. I think 5-0. Anybody can score. Foden, Gundogan, even Mahrez can score. Kevin De Bruyne. I hope Cancelo scores, by the way. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. I think Arsenal gonna win this game, but I don't know what is the reason. But Arsenal always seem to struggle playing against Aston Villa. This newly promoted Aston Villa, like this since last 2-3 years, But I think this Aston Villa team is not the same Aston Villa team as last year, even of 2 years back. So I think Arsenal are going to win 2-0. I think they're going to easily win this game, especially with Gerrard struggling. They're not going to try to be expansive and play at the Emirates. They're going to try and defend, and I hope Arsenal are going to win, and I think they're going to win 2-0. Let's see what the comments are saying. Todd says 1-1 to Fulham and Brighton. Bournemouth, Wolves 1-1. Interesting. George says 10-0 to City. 1-up Liverpool. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. I don't think if they score some goals, I think they're gonna change their players. With 5 substitutions now, I think Pep Guardiola roulette is gonna be on full fire. Arsenal 2-0 says Sam as well. So yeah, agrees with me. West Ham Tottenham, I think this is going to be a very, very interesting game. I think I personally feel that this game can be a draw. I have a feeling that West Ham have not been playing well, but they have some new signings. They signed Paqueta from Lyon. I mean, Lucas Paqueta is such a flair player, Brazilian. He used to play for Milan, then he went to Lyon. I think he's a very, very good player. They signed Gianluca Scamacca. They have made some really, really good signings, West Ham United. It's only a matter of time before they gel and start performing. But I think that West Ham are going to turn a corner, guys. I honestly do. I know you're going to predict a Tottenham win, especially 3-1, 4-1. I don't know. I have a feeling that this game could be a draw. I really, really have a feeling. Especially being an Arsenal fan, I always get this kind of a feeling. West Ham 0, Spurs 1, says FPL Sam. I know, the definitely can be a scoreline like that, especially with Conte being their manager. But I feel West Ham is kind of a boogie team for Tottenham. Sometimes, it happens. And, I just have a feeling. It's just a feeling. Logically speaking, I think Tottenham should win this game, But I have a feeling, so I just predicted draw. Liverpool versus Newcastle. I think Newcastle being weakened. I think Bruno Guimaraes, their manager Eddie Howe, said he's not going to be fit. I think Alan St. Maxima suffering from a slight injury niggle. Callum Wilson already out. Alexander Isak not being ready. Chris Wood is going to lead the line. I think Liverpool going to win this game 3-0. I think Liverpool can keep a clean sheet against Newcastle as well. Trippier, I'm not even sure if Trippier is fit or not. FPL Sam says Lucas Paqueta is a baller. I don't know how he joined West Ham. I as well. I mean, I would have loved him at Arsenal. I don't know why he joined West Ham United, but maybe they have the pull. They have the money. I mean, a club like West Ham United spending like around 150-200 million in the Premier League is absolutely insane money. The Premier League clubs have insane money, guys. It's just the truth. Liverpool 2-0. 2-0 Salah with the assist. Well, I'd be happy with the assist. Against Bournemouth, it was a blank. My first captaincy blank of the season, as well, incidentally, guys. But it was 9-0 to Liverpool. Salah doesn't score a goal. Salah doesn't get an assist. Salah misses 2 open goals. And I don't know what I can do except captain Salah again, Einstein said, madness is repeating the same experiments and expecting different results. But I'd say King Salah is different. I think he's gonna prove everybody wrong. Anyways, Leicester versus Manchester United. One team is on the rise, the other team is on the fall. United looking strong, beating Liverpool, and barely managing to win against Southampton. Southampton had really good chances as well, but at least they went there and won. Bruno Fernandes scoring the goal, Delo with the assist. I think United can win this game, provided Leicester City, are the same Leicester City that we've seen over the first 4 game weeks, especially a keeperless Leicester City, a defenseless Leicester City, with Maddison being injured. I think they're gonna struggle, guys. I think United are gonna win this game. So this was all about the predictions. Let me try and refresh my Fantasy Premier League, which obviously is not finished updating yet, so I don't think I can do much more. I captain Salah because I'm at 94k. Don't want to go down. Better safe than sorry. I was having Havertz flashback when Salah blanked last week. I tweeted, George, I said Salah is having a Havertz moment like Havertz did against Norwich. All the other teammates scored, but Havertz did not, and many people had captain Havertz. I tweeted that as well, having the same flashbacks. Fortunately for that game week when Havertz blanked, I had captain Salah against United and he scored 20 something points. So I was really happy that day, but not happy with Salah against Bournemouth. Let's hope it doesn't repeat. FPL Jugs, you're on a very good rank, my friend. Keep going. Be fearless, bro. Don't fear. Play according to your personality. That's all. Nehal says, Viz, I really messed up. Wanted to change to Salah. Nehal, don't worry about it, my friend. I assure you, Haaland is better captaincy option, if not equally good. So do not worry. And once what is begone is begone, my friend. What is begone is begone. It cannot be undone. We can just move forward, my friend. So don't worry about it. Whatever the decision is made, it's made. Let's hope it works out. That's all we can do, right, Neil? So that's all I gotta say to you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, guys. I really appreciate you being here every week with me on the deadline. I hope I give you, I work all week, guys. I try to collect the useful tidbits and bits of information. I try to read the analytics, the statistics, the news, the press conferences, and I try to summarize all of that stuff in this 1 hour deadline session. So I hope you find it useful every week. And thank you so much for spending your valuable 1 hour before the deadline with me every week, guys. I absolutely really appreciate it. I hope you have a great game week 5. I will see you for the game week 6 deadline stream, which is not many days away, guys. So I hope you're ready with your decisions, and I hope you have a great game week 5. So long, guys. Have a great game week. May the arrows be green. See you.